Hey there everyone, my name is Alexandra with Bucket List Mermaid, and today I am coming here to you from Casey's RV Hideaway, very close to Casey's Jones Park. I'm gonna be honest, it's a little confusing which one is which, but anyway, it is the Casey Jones campground RV area, and today I'm going to be taking you guys around, telling you guys what I like, what I don't like, to see if this is a good spot for your RV bucket list. Let's get started. So right here you can see we are in spot number 15. This is a very generously long pull-through spot, and it also backs to the open space of the Ponderosa Pines, as well as this little park over here. Overall, I have to say that this is a pretty nice view to look at. It definitely is a smaller park, and we have plenty of space in this spot for our massive RV right here. If you look up, you do have some trees, which gives some nice shade. However, don't be fooled. It is now mid-June here, maybe late June, and it is hot. However, it is manageable with all these trees. We've got a nice little picnic bench here, which is a nice touch. It is a little far away from the RV, but I don't mind. And of course, there's our massive cat tent for our cats to go play outside. On that note, our cats absolutely love it here. I think that this is the best spot that we have ever been in for them because there are so many birds. Seriously, I wake up and there are birds right outside my window. I can constantly hear the chirping of birds. It's actually kind of nice, but for the cats, they are in absolute heaven. They are constantly outside, just chattering and just living their best kitty lives. Casey's RV Hideaway is a hit with the kitties. So right now I'm standing in one of their many parking spaces that they have, and this is a very unique feature for a campground that I haven't seen a lot, because in some campgrounds I've seen like designated parking spaces, but they are very limited. With here, this is a pretty large space, a camping overflow. It does say over there that parking is for vehicles with campground permits only. I think that's just to keep all the people who are going to the park or seeing a ball game or seeing, you know, using any of the equestrian facilities. I think that's just to keep them from not parking here. I'm guessing what we have is a campground permit, but we've actually hosted some events here, and this little space over here is perfect for having cars, because I'm gonna be honest, these spots are a little tiny and there is not much room to place cars within them. So these are needed. Thank you. So I'm going to take you on a little tour of one of the spots here. This is spot 13. Not a bad view out of the back of your RV if your windows face this way. I've noticed that most of the spots offer a picnic table. And then your electric right here, looks like they've got 30, 20, and 50. And then over here, they've got the fire hydrant style hose. So you would just connect your water right there and then pull the handle up. And then sewer. So full hookups here. Overall, pretty nice. You are kind of backing to other spaces, but they're pretty spaced out, especially when you compare it to some of the other RV parks where you're right crammed next to each other. It's pretty spacious. They do have some nice touches, like some dog waste cleanup areas, and of course they have the dumpster and these parking areas. So right here I am in spot number 9, and this is another example of one of those back-in spots. Has a really great open space to the back. However, it is tiny, and I do have to say that there is not a lot of space here. We have a massive rig, and I think I'm looking around here and I'm not sure that we would have fit most other places. And not only that, but this road is pretty tiny in order to get in here. It's a one-way as soon as you come in, and it's pretty small. So even if you could technically fit in a spot, I think it would be hard for some rigs to actually have the space to back the RV in, if that makes sense. Like, I think I would have to hit some things or go over some grass in order to crank my truck enough to get my rig back in here. So I definitely think that this place is meant for maybe smaller weekend RVs. However, if you do have a big rig, site number 15 is a pretty good one. However, they are pretty limited in their capacities for larger rigs. Okay, looking around, this interior number 8 is pretty spacious on that note, if you are okay with backing up. But if you look right here, here's the space for the rig, and then there is not much space over here for you to actually execute the turn, if you were wondering what I was talking about. I just feel like I would have to go into that little ditch right there. So this right here is another pull-through spot here at Casey's RV Hideaway at Casey Jones Park, and this is spot number 1. I'm gonna be honest, on the map it looks as big as 15, but now that I'm here in person, This is definitely not as big as 15, although you do get a very nice view out the back. But I'm really glad that we went for 15 instead of 1. Plus it's right at the entrance, so you'd get all of that traffic all day long. Okay, so this is the entrance. Casey's RV Hideaway, and then right as you come in, there is a little fork at the road. You can go straight through, or you can come through here to this dump station. Looks like there's some water here as well. This is right at the entrance. Okay, so here I am right at the entrance. I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear some of the highway, and maybe in these spots that are a little bit closer to the front, you might get that highway noise. I haven't noticed it a lot, however, I have heard some construction noises. And also on that note, for some reason, if you're using Apple Maps in order to get here, it actually takes you next door to the Casey Jones Park. So we actually got lost, which for those of you who do get lost with a fifth wheel, that like strikes fear into my heart, because if you get lost, there's the potential that you might have to turn around or back up. So that is not very good. So if you are coming this way, I did hear that Google Maps does a little bit of a better job, but if you do use Apple Maps, you actually want to go one past what it's telling you to do and look for the green and yellow sign that says Casey's RV Hideaway. And this is the entrance that you will drive. There is a one-way circle that takes you through all of the campsites, and I must say that it's a little bit sharper than you might think. You might think it's this, but it's not. That's actually spot number 1, so that pull-through spot that we were talking about. And you're gonna go this way, and again, it's just this very sharp turn right here that goes and takes you through the one-way. So be aware of that. This campground is very tiny, I'm not gonna lie. So they mentioned that they had a pavilion here, and I think that's it. Let's go check it out. Okay, so here we are at that little pavilion. It is very basic. However, you know, if you're hosting a party, maybe this would be a fun time. So here's another example of how tiny this park is. You can see that spot right there. There is really not that much room to back up your rig if you have a larger rig. You would either hit this tree or this tree, and this little parking space is really too far back to use it, so you would really only have this much space. And for reference, here I am. It's really, this road into here with the entire one-way is really only a one-car road, especially if you're hauling a trailer or a rig or you're driving a Class A. Good luck. I can see why they made this a one-way, because 2 cars would not fit on here. I'm surprised my big, massive fifth wheel fit on this road. With that being said, what I would do is look at the map and maybe plan your spot if this is an issue for you. Plan it so that you get your spot that's right in front of these parking areas, so that you can use the parking area to pull your truck forward and then park your rig back. Because if you were to go like this one here, it would be like the tightest curve jackknife anxiety. However, with some of the ones like down here, maybe you could use some of this parking space in order to get yourself backwards. So just a little tip if you do have a larger rig. If you're just camping or you just have a small rig, then good for you. I don't. I have to worry about this at every single campsite I go to. But I have so much space, which is so nice. Plus, you know, it's good because if I fit, odds are you're gonna fit too. So here I am, just showing you basically the entirety of the park. There's some nice trees, see, it's nice. And that's pretty much it. Here, ladies and gentlemen, is our beast of a rig in spot 15. So it fits pretty nicely, and also we can get our truck and our extra car right in the back. We don't even need to use the extra parking. So I definitely think that as far as what I've seen, this is the biggest spot that you can grab. It is facing this little park over here, which is nice. I actually watched an entire ball game and some horses training, all from my RV. And there it is, the biggest complaint that I've seen about this campsite, which is, I get it, I understand, but I'm just sad about it, okay? So again, here's our beautiful rig. And then we actually have direct walking access to this little park over here. And this is the way down to the showers. You do have to put in a code for the showers, and they are push showers. And when I went and also talked to other campers that confirmed, it is super hot. So I guess I'd rather like have my skin melt off rather than be a popsicle. However, I'd rather just not choose at all. So over here we have a nice little playground. We're in this little park area that is within walking distance of the campground. And then over here is an equestrian training center. I've also heard that they do rodeos over there. Look, There's a horse. It's like I've never seen a horse before. Can you believe it? I'm sorry, I literally get excited over everything. And then here are the ball fields. And we did witness a game here. And our RV is right there. So we could see the entire thing from our RV. And then right there, folks, those are the showers. I felt a little weird, kind of felt like I was going to the rodeo for a shower, but we did it. It was fine. There's the horse. And again, another view of that playground right there. Pretty nice. Gosh, there's 2 corgis over there. So this campground is run by the Elizabeth Parks and Rec Service. Although it does seem like it has some strict rules, some of them are not. As soon as we pulled up, the campground host did come out, but she didn't really seem like she necessarily needed to be there. And I haven't seen much staff at all, which I'm not complaining. I love those RV parks that offer you all these events and it's just like this strong community, and I think that's really great, but sometimes I'm very introverted and I just kind of want to be alone in nature. So this, I feel like, has offered me some definite peace and quiet, which has been a nice addition to my summer. Since I do live in this full time, it is kind of nice to just get away from the hustle and bustle and just sit outside without being bothered. Am I a hermit? I might be a hermit. It's fine. Here's the view from the ballpark. It's nice. Elizabeth is very tiny, even compared to the tiny mountain towns that we've been to so far. So right here I'm coming up on a trail that is pretty much within the campground. I can literally get here from my RV in about 3 minutes walking. There are some horses on it, and I believe it is 1.4 miles long. I actually just filmed a yoga class here the other day. Let's go on this cute little walking trail. I never noticed how many jingles I just randomly make up until I started making these videos. I really apologize if they're annoying anybody, but I'm gonna keep doing it, sorry. So what I like about Casey Jones Park and Casey's RV Hideaway, I really like how quaint and quiet it is. It is not a massive RV park with people just coming in and out all day. People are very chill, people are very quiet. I can just go out, listen to the birds. The stars aren't bad either. Sometimes my dog has to pee in the middle of the night and I go out and I look up and I'm like, pretty good. I also like that they have pull-through spots and they do have full hookups at the majority of their sites. I also like that they kind of just leave you alone. I don't know if that's just me or if anyone else has had this experience, however, I quite enjoy it. Now, things that I do not like about Casey's RV Hideaway and Casey Jones Park is no campfires. I get it, and trust me, I do get it, because a couple weeks ago I actually had to evacuate my RV due to a forest fire in between Buena Vista and Twin Lakes. So I totally understand this is a massive deal here, and some campers do not understand that here in Colorado it is dry, and if you do not put out your campfire, it could potentially lead to a forest fire. I feel like Smokey the Bear. He's like, only you can prevent forest fires. But it's kind of true. Because unfortunately, that fire that I did evacuate was because of a camper. So I 100% understand why they don't have campfires. However, it's just a little sad. Sometimes I do want a campfire, and this is definitely a campground. So, meh. Another one of my complaints, as I've been talking about, is it's not really big rig friendly. I would be very hesitant to come here if you do have a big rig, and just make sure that you fit before you actually get here, or else you're going to be driving away. And lastly, there are some beautiful birds and sounds of the Ponderosa Pines. However, I don't know what's going on, but there's some construction over there and it is very annoying. So hopefully that will go away soon, because it kind of just ruins the atmosphere of I'm camping. I think you can hear it now. You can literally hear it now. Let me be in nature. So what do you guys think of Casey's RV Hideaway near Casey Jones Park? Would you want to stay here? Have you stayed here? Do you think you would like to stay here? Don't forget to comment your thoughts below so that we can talk about it. And if you want to see the full guide, you can find it at thebucketlistmermaid.com. If you did like this video and want more adventure videos, and maybe some of me as a mermaid too, definitely don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that I can keep bringing you adventurous mermaid content. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we will see you next time. Keep adventuring.